I wouldn't cross the ice bridge until you see other vehicles making their passage through safely. You don't want to be the first one because you can never tell how thick the ice is depending on the current on certain spots. Because obviously when you have a fast current, the ice is going to be thinner in certain areas and can pose a danger of people falling in, whether you're a pedestrian or the vehicle. So you really have to be cautious, and I wouldn't cross until you see a vehicle or they're actively crossing. Don't be the first one. When you're dealing with the water and the ice, marsh, sometimes there's air pockets, and we talked about the swiftness of the current. With them two being a major factor with vehicles and people falling through the ice, if you're not familiar with the water or the ice or the marsh or where you're going, chances are you shouldn't be out there, because you're not only putting yourself at risk, you're going to be putting other people at risk. But with that being said, if you do know what you're doing, always be prepared with safety with a Mustang suit and flotation device and your cell phone and different things like that.
This has been generations, a long time before we were here. Our ancestors were using this waterways, and we can do as much publication as we can. It's their own choice. We tried, there's so many things that could happen here. There's some good things as playing hockey out here, but there could be some bad things of, going through that ice. And, there's so much behind it. Our first responders are gonna have to come out in the middle of the night or whatever it may be. So there's a lot to someone going through, and we encourage the people, just have a good mind going out there, whether or not the temperatures, right now we're lucky that it's very cold out, and it's probably a good 1.5 to 2 foot here, and we're safe where we are. But out in the middle it could change, like PJ told earlier, the currents, but we know the St. Regis River is usually pretty strong, and not so strong, excuse me, but the ice freeze is pretty good here. It's one of the first ones as the smaller rivers to freeze over, but it's always take precautionary before going out there, and like we said earlier, let people know, and it's at your risk. We talked earlier off camera about your vehicles being out here with your insurances. If you happen to go through, will your insurance cover it? That's if you're not a four-wheel drive vehicle or an off-road, and you're driving your nice little Cadillac and coming across just to make it over to St. Regis early, and it goes through, guess what? The damages are going to be likely back on you. So you have to really think about it and just be, it's a risk, but it's also very fun to be out here when we're kids skating or playing hockey. So.
If you're going to partake in any ice fishing, obviously you're going to want to have your Mustang suit, a floatable Mustang suit, and maybe carry like a 10-foot pole and carry it crossways, so that if you do fall in, you're not going to be fully submerged. Also, let people know where you're going to go, how long you're going to be, what time you're going to be back, what the location is. Obviously know what time you're going to come home, because if you don't, they'll know where to go and take the look of where your last position was.